Have you ever felt like life is testing you more than others? Like you are doing everything you can, yet nothing seems to change? You wake up every day with hope, you work hard, you try to be better, but the world still treats your effort as invisible. If this feels familiar, then listen closely, because this story isn't just a story, it's a mirror for anyone who feels stuck, tired, or unnoticed, and it might change how you see your journey forever. There was once a young man named Rafi. He lived in a small village surrounded by mountains, where opportunities were few and dreams were often ignored. While other young men dreamed big but worked little, Rafi believed in something different. He believed that every small action, no matter how unnoticed, had meaning. So every morning, while the village slept, he walked quietly to an old quarry at the edge of the valley. His job was simple but brutal, cutting stones. Enormous stones, heavy stones, the kind that tested your strength, your patience, and your persistence every single day. Under the burning sun, surrounded by dust and heat, with blisters on his palms and sweat dripping from his face, Rafi worked. He didn't complain, he didn't show off, he didn't expect praise. He simply showed up, day after day, swing after strike. Some days he broke stones, other days stones broke him. But one thing never changed. He kept going. One morning, Rafi stood before a rock unlike any he had seen before. It was massive, dark, thick, and looked almost impossible to crack. Even an experienced stonecutter would think twice before touching it. But Rafi didn't hesitate. He lifted his hammer, took a deep breath, and struck the stone. The sound echoed through the quarry. One strike, nothing. The rock didn't move, didn't crack, didn't even feel like it noticed his effort. A few villagers walking nearby chuckled. "Look at this boy," one man said. "He's trying to break the mountain of all rocks." Another laughed. "He doesn't know when to quit." But Rafi ignored them. He raised his hammer again. 10 strikes, nothing. His arms were now heavy. The sun grew hotter. Sweat mixed with dust on his skin. But he still kept going. 20 strikes, nothing. 30 strikes, nothing. The villagers returned to their work, shaking their heads, assuming Rafi would eventually give up. But he didn't. No matter how many times the rock refused to break, Rafi continued. Because he believed something deep inside him, that every strike mattered, even the ones that didn't show instant results. 50 strikes, still nothing. By now, his hands were numb, his back ached, his shoulders burned, but his spirit unbroken. While the world doubted him, he kept believing in the unseen process. Every swing was not just a strike, it was a statement, a declaration that he was not powerless, that he would not surrender, that slow progress was still progress. 60 strikes, nothing. By now, a few young men gathered around and started mocking him. "Bro, this rock is mocking you back." "You're wasting your energy, Rafi." "Find an easier stone. This one isn't meant to break." Rafi didn't respond. He lifted his hammer again. 70 strikes, nothing. 80 strikes, still nothing. He started breathing heavily. His fingers trembled. His arms felt like they no longer belonged to him. But he wasn't done. 90 strikes, nothing. And yet, he smiled. Because he knew the truth, effort is never wasted. All progress is hidden before it becomes visible. 100 strikes, nothing. The villagers smirked. They whispered among themselves. Some shook their heads in disappointment. Others laughed quietly, waiting for him to accept defeat. But Raffi, he raised his hammer one more time. The 101st strike. He swung harder than ever before, not out of anger, not out of desperation, but out of pure faith. Faith that his effort was building something under the surface. Faith that unseen pressure was collecting inside the rock. Faith that his time would come. He struck. And then the world went silent. A small vibration moved through the stone. A sharp sound cracked through the air. And right before everyone's eyes, the massive rock split into two perfect pieces. The laughter stopped. The mocking ended. The villagers stared in shock, as if witnessing something impossible. One man finally spoke. That last strike, it must have been extremely powerful. Raffi wiped the sweat from his forehead and smiled softly. It wasn't the last strike that broke the rock, he said. It was the 100 before it. Every strike mattered. Every one built pressure. Every effort counted. You just couldn't see it. And he walked away. The villagers remained silent, absorbing what they had just witnessed. They saw a miracle in one moment. But Raffi knew it wasn't a miracle. It was persistence. It was patience. It was belief. Maybe this is exactly how life works. When you study for months and nothing changes. When you work hard but no one notices. When you give your best but results stay slow. When your dreams take longer than you expected. It's easy to think nothing is happening. But remember this, the rock is resisting because it's close to breaking. Every attempt builds pressure. Every effort strengthens the foundation of your future. Every failure teaches you something that brings you one step closer. The world might laugh. People might doubt you. Circumstances might challenge you. But your job is not to impress the world. Your job is to keep striking the rock. Your breakthrough may be one more attempt away, one more day of patience, one more step of faith, one more quiet effort the world won't see, until suddenly everything changes. So, if you feel tired, keep going. If you feel unseen, keep going. If you feel stuck, keep going. Because your 101st strike is coming. This is Story of Becoming. If this story touched your heart, teach someone the lesson Raffi taught us. Like the video, share it with someone who feels tired of trying, and subscribe for more powerful stories. Your breakthrough is nearer than you think. Just don't stop striking.